Welcome to Monster Stand-Up!
You know who I can't stand? Insurance companies. These people are the real mafia. At least the mob's honest. They shake you down, they're like, hey, give me protection money or something bad might happen. Insurance is the same thing, just with a jingle and hold music. At least the mob might actually protect you if you paid them on time. Here's the thing about insurance companies. You're paying for years. Your house, your car, your teeth, your diamond necklace. And then the one time you need them, they go, oh yeah, sorry, that was an act of God, not covered. That's their legal way of saying, something happened and we don't want to pay for it. How is that legal? Act of God. What the hell does that even mean? You're telling me my car gets crushed by a tree and you're blaming the Almighty like he's up there playing Jenga with pine trees? Like God's up in heaven going, yo Gabriel, watch this. I'm about to hit this man's Prius with a 9-ton gum tree. Since when do insurance companies believe in God anyway? Half these dudes would sell you fire insurance in hell. But when it's time to pay, oh, now they found Jesus. So now insurance companies are theologians. Their assessors are trained in the heavenly arts, inspecting disaster zones with some rosary beads, burning frankincense and sprinkling holy water around like, yeah, this looks like divine intervention. God was here. But if you miss a payment, that's not an act of God. That's a late fee. That's you being irresponsible. No God around then, is there? Suddenly they don't believe in God anymore. No, sir. You signed a contract. Yeah? That's right. And God didn't co-sign shit. Matter of fact, does he even know that you're using his name in vain in this contract? Did you clear this with the Vatican? Are they getting royalties every time you use his name to make a profit? And here's the kicker, right? It's 2025. We're all entitled to our own beliefs. What if I don't even believe in God? Do I get a refund? Can I opt out of the whole acts of God clause? Like, do I get my claim covered then? I want to see that play out. Yeah, hi, my house was destroyed in a flood. Sorry, sir, act of God. Well, I'm an atheist who believes in science, so I believe it was an atmospheric event caused by a low pressure system and bad urban planning. Pay up. And why isn't there an act of science clause? That's the irony, right? They use science to back up anything that helps them prove you were at fault. But the moment they need to pay up, now it's religious. No science in sight. Nope. This was caused by a magical sky fairy that nobody can prove the existence of. Man, that's like saying, sorry sir, your claim's denied due to unicorn interference. It's a get out of jail free card and it's a complete crock.
Hey, like and subscribe if you think the real act of God is how these companies get away with it. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss a damn thing. Back to the show.
What God are they talking about anyway? They never define which one's having an environmental tantrum that day. They keep it vague like a horoscope. There's literally thousands of gods out there that people worship. Are we talking about Old Testament God with fire and brimstone? Or is this like yoga class Jesus handing out fish and back rubs? Was it Ganesh going crazy with his big trunk and 6 legs? Which god was it? Could be any of them. Could be Thor for all I know. Sorry, sir. This lightning strike was the result of some Asgardian warring. Great. You ever notice no insurance companies ever say something good was an act of God? Like if your house is about to flood and a tree falls and blocks the water just in time, they don't say, oh wow, act of God saved you. Nah, that's nature now. But if the same tree falls into your damn kitchen, suddenly that's the Lord's work. It's only destruction that's an act of God. Honestly, if God's up there causing all this damage, I think he needs insurance. Act of God, give me a break. So how come God only acts when it helps the company save money? He's not divine, he's a friggin' shareholder. And I'd say he's got a bit of a conflict of interest, wouldn't you? According to insurance companies, God's not up there performing miracles. He's sitting in a boardroom planning disasters. All right, team, profits are down this quarter. Let's deploy that volcano. It's amazing. When they got to pay, it's divine intervention. When you got to pay, it's friggin' calculus. And what's not an act of God? I mean, if you believe in God, surely you could claim any random event is an act of God. It's the perfect crime for these insurance companies. And check this out. If I smash into a pole while driving, that's my fault. If a cyclone throws a pole into my car, that's not my fault, that's God's fault. So let me get this straight. If I crash it, I pay. If God crashes it, I still pay? But he doesn't even lose any flipping points on his license. An act of God. How did they get that approved? The government must be raking in a lot of money to let that ridiculous rule slide. And don't give me that fine print crap either. The fine print in insurance policies like the flippin' Dead Sea Scrolls. You need Indiana Jones and the Rosetta Stone to decode it. And even then he's like, yeah, sorry, it was an act of Ra. Also, insurance companies, tell me this. How do you prove it was an act of God? Did he leave a note? Dear insurer, sorry about the cyclone. Had a bit of a rough day smiting. Love, Yahweh. They're just making shit up. Blaming God is their imaginary friend loophole. It's like a 5-year-old saying, I didn't break the vase. That invisible dragon did it. And the government allows it. Unbelievable.
Got jokes? Good. Send them to the email. If they're funny, we'll let a monster scream them at strangers.